Ever wondered why you're constantly exhausted while everyone around you seems perfectly fine? Here's the brutal truth nobody talks about. You might be giving way too much. And today I'll reveal 4 warning signs that prove you're literally draining yourself dry. Friends, write in the comments where you're watching us from, and hit that like button if you want to discover the most unexpected revelation. Let me tell you about Sarah, a marketing manager who couldn't say no to anyone. She covered for lazy colleagues, lent money to friends who never repaid her. One day, she collapsed at work from pure exhaustion and stress overload. That's when she realized she'd been living everyone else's life, except her own. Sound familiar? Then you need to hear these 4 devastating warning signs immediately. Sign number 1. You're always available, even when you desperately need rest. Your phone rings at midnight? You answer. Weekend plans? Canceled for others' emergencies. You've become everyone's personal emergency contact, and free therapy session rolled into one. But here's what's really happening. You're training people to disrespect your boundaries. Every time you drop everything for someone else's crisis, you're teaching them something dangerous. You're basically announcing to the world that your time, energy, and peace don't matter. Sign number 2 hits even harder. You feel guilty when you finally say no. That crushing weight in your chest when you refuse someone's request for help, you replay that conversation for days, wondering if you're a terrible human being. Meanwhile, the person you said no to has already forgotten and moved on completely. This guilt is actually a warning signal that your giving has become pathologically unhealthy. Normal, balanced people don't feel crushing guilt for having basic personal boundaries. But you've been conditioned to believe that your needs come last, always. Sign number 3 will shock you. People only contact you when they need something. When did someone last call just to chat, without wanting anything from you? Think about it carefully. Your relationships have become completely transactional and one-sided. You're not their friend anymore. You're their personal ATM and problem-solving service. They've learned your pattern. Show up with sob story, receive immediate help, disappear. These people have zero interest in your life, your struggles, or your dreams. You've become a resource to be used, not a human being to be valued. Sign number 4 is the most heartbreaking. You're secretly resentful but won't admit it. You smile and say, "Of course I'll help," while your soul screams in protest. Late at night, you fantasize about just disappearing where nobody can find you. You catch yourself feeling bitter when you see others enjoying their free time. That resentment is poisoning your relationships and eating you alive from inside. But here's the twisted part. You blame yourself for feeling this natural human emotion. You think feeling resentful makes you selfish, when actually it means you're human. Now here's what nobody tells you about chronic overgiving. It's actually selfish. Wait, what? How can giving too much possibly be considered selfish behavior? Because you're giving to feel needed, important, and morally superior to others. You're not helping people grow stronger. You're keeping them weak and dependent. Every time you rescue someone from their own poor choices, you rob them. You steal their chance to develop resilience, problem-solving skills, and personal strength. You're creating learned helplessness in everyone around you, including yourself. The people who truly love you want you to have boundaries and self-respect. They don't want you sacrificing your well-being for their temporary convenience problems. But the users in your life will fight your boundaries with manipulation and guilt. They'll call you selfish, mean, or claim you've changed when you start protecting yourself. That's how you know who truly cares about you versus who's just using you. Real friends celebrate your growth and boundaries. Users get angry and disappear. So here's your action plan to break free from this exhausting cycle immediately. First, start saying no to small requests to build your boundary muscles gradually. Practice this phrase. "I can't commit to that right now, but thanks for thinking of me." Second, implement a 24-hour rule before agreeing to any major requests or commitments. This gives you time to check your motivation and energy levels honestly. Third, audit your relationships ruthlessly. Who gives back versus who only takes? The takers need to go, or at minimum, receive much less of your precious energy. Fourth, schedule non-negotiable time for yourself every single day. No exceptions whatsoever. This isn't selfish. It's basic maintenance required for healthy human functioning. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup, and you've been running on fumes. Your worth isn't determined by how much you sacrifice for ungrateful people. You deserve relationships where giving and receiving flows naturally in both directions equally. The right people will respect your boundaries and love you more for having them. Start today. Your future self will thank you for finally choosing yourself first. Because the most revolutionary thing you can do is value your own well-being appropriately. Write in the comments which sign hit you hardest, and share this with someone who needs it.